Nix is actually, you know, is a true human being. He's a crazy, energetic guy. He's just funny and pretty radical.
Andres is just so fired up to surf, you know? I love hanging around people like that are just amped to surf all the time, no matter what.
Well, I grew up pretty much in one of the worst ghetto over there. It's just pretty nuts. I seen, wow, I got lucky I didn't get killed.
I grew up in Santa Cruz, California. A nice, small little town on the west side. Amazing waves and amazing people.
Wait, because like 10 days is only 86 from the EF 100.
To look for swells and to try to plan where we're going to go next, we're constantly looking at the forecast, looking at the maps and all the graphs.
When are we coming back? Monday after next? Fucking never, dude. We're just getting one way.
I first started surfing in Santa Cruz and then moved to South Africa for a little bit and then started surfing there with my father. My father took me out and then we moved back to Santa Cruz, and that's kind of where I really started trying to advance myself as a surfer.
When I was 8 years old, my mom and my dad, they died. So everybody thought it was gonna be like a mess. Finding the surfing, you know, I just pretty much saw a future there, and that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
Andres Flores is living in Gary Linden's surf shop. He's just had to make do with what he's got and, you know, just really grab a hold of his resources around him.
Right now, he's like living on Maverick's Moments Flores.
Got to have support to be able to make it to these locations and, you know, to be prepared, you know, when you get there. Financial backing is key, whether you get it from a job or from a sponsor or, you know, from your parents. You definitely have to have support. Get those through there and we're good to go.
Aero Mexico, flight 2682, with service to Dallas Fort
Worth. Puerto Escondido is, I mean, a gorgeous place. The waves are amazing. It's one of the best beach breaks in the world for a reason, and they call it the Max Pipe for a reason. I met Mustard, Andres Flores, in Peru, I think. Yeah? Is that where we met?
I seen it was in Chile, no? I mean, I seen you all the time in Mavericks, but never actually would speak.
And then we started speaking.
Mavericks is like a part of my life. It's a big wave, kind of like a slab, so it's like a huge drop in a huge barrel.
I first surfed Mavericks when I was 14. It's been a wave that I've just looked up to, you know, my whole life. As a platform has really enabled me to showcase my talents in larger surf.
When something that huge comes and you're just looking at it and going, okay, here's this 50-foot wave and you're going to try and negotiate. And
I think that Mavericks is like at the forefront of big wave surfing, and it's where people get pushed the hardest. It gets me excited and inspires me, and I want to step my game up and surf my best out there. And then there's a whole other part that scares the shit out of me.
The first swell, we'd been watching it all the way from Chopu, and we thought it was going to materialize into something pretty solid, but the forecasters were a bit off, and we got there and it wasn't what we had hoped for.
We went down there and they were just like 8 to 10 foot. There were a lot of closeouts and a lot of carnage, and there were a few good waves.
We surfed a little bit and then just rested the rest of the day.
We just pretty much went to eat after surf, you know, and then for the next day, supposed to be a big.
Dangers of big wave surfing are, I mean, endless. First and foremost, you can drown, your board can hit you, you can go through the rocks, get eaten by a big fish. The list goes on and on.
If you really want to get the wave of your life or something that really stands out and makes your day, then you're going to have to be willing to risk taking a beating.
And then it just shook the shit out of me. Hog-tied my leash around my legs like twice, super tight, and just put me straight down, and I just kept going down, 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 down.
If I were to die, I think the biggest thing that I would miss is my family, my kids.
My wife hates I surf big waves. Maybe hate's not the right word, but she ignores it, and it's definitely an issue.
Everything went wrong. It was just, you know, person vanishes into thin air in front of your eyes and you can't wrap your head around it. All of a sudden the world you seem very small and helpless.
The second day was a little bit better, 2 or 3 feet bigger.
Double XL, but 8 to 10 feet, and there were a few rides.
You know, with big wave surfing, there's the whole free surfing side, the whole rogue wave chaser. You know, you can travel around the world just for good video content and photos, but there's also the competitive side.
Big Wave World Tour is this new format that allows the big wave surfers to have a tour to compete, and goes by 5 stops, and at the end they crown the Big Wave World Champ.
The ASP, which stands for the Association of Surfing Professionals, just actually adopted and merged with the Big Wave World Tour.
Took it to the next level, pretty much bigger money, you know, people getting more motivating to do the tour, and it's gonna be massive.
Going and chasing these waves, it's always a roll of the dice, because you leave home, you can miss work, you go there, you spend all your money that you wish you had saved for the next swell, which is going to be bigger or better.
First trip was not as big as we thought, and we're just waiting now for the second mission and trying to really get the bigger one.
Total roll of the dice. It was a gamble. It was forecasted to be a lot bigger than it was, so it was kind of a bummer. Right as we were packing up, we saw the forecast. It was looking pretty solid, so on our way home, we kind of knew that we'd probably be heading back soon.